which are the main reasons that convince you to take part in the Science for Peace World Conference?
Well, first of all, I was invited. Second of all, though, I do believe in the possibility of sustainable peace. As Professor Veronese was speaking earlier this morning, it's not a utopian dream. It is actually a different concept of what security is in the world. And I think he outlined it quite well. You know, the various aspects of what it would take to make a sustainable peace. And one aspect actually that I've been quite involved in is disarmament, trying to redirect how science is used in the world instead of using it for killing people, that we should use all of that brilliance and creativity for a better world.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ms. Williams, could you please explain us your new project
Sure.
about against the killer robots?
Killer robots, sure. Many years ago, I was privileged to be part of a campaign to ban anti-personnel landmines. And it was through that work, really, that I began to think about weapons and in the sense of what makes human beings willing to create such weapons. Anti-personnel landmines, for example, are specifically designed to maim people. They're specifically designed to leave you crippled for life. And I wondered what kind of people think that's okay. And we were successful in, of course, banning anti-personnel landmines. And then we see ourselves today in 2013 on the horizon, if we cannot change science and how science is used, we find ourselves on the horizon of a dramatic change in warfare that will forever change the face of how war is conducted on the planet, which is a very terrifying thought. The thought that human beings are actually willing to create machines and give those machines the power of decision of life and death over humans. When I learned, I will give the expression in English, freaked me out. I was flabbergasted that humans are that unethical and that immoral. And started talking with colleagues of mine from the landmine campaign, from the successful campaign to ban cluster munitions. And 7 months ago, we launched this new campaign to stop killer robots. And already in 7 months, which still amazes me, it's so fast, we have been able to push governments to actually publicly discuss these weapons and perhaps stop them. And I firmly believe that had civil society not come together again to press, to stop this change in warfare, that suddenly, in a few years, we would have these weapons without any public discussion. And it makes me wonder in a democracy, my country being, of course, the United States and one of the leaders in the research of killing, I wonder in a democracy like my country is supposed to be, how can they do this without discussion? And again, to me, it shows the power of civil society, the power of ordinary people to come together and make governments and militaries do what they should do anyway. And it's very exciting. And it makes me happy.
Absolutely. And to conclude, how has the Nobel Women's Initiative succeed to limit the use of weapons and achieve disarmament, possibly?
Well, Nobel Women's Initiative was started in January of 2006, and it is 6 women who have received the Nobel Peace Prize, who recognize that if we came together and used the influence and access that we have because of the Peace Prize, we could help support the work of women's organizations primarily, but we're not opposed to men. I have one of my own. Women's organizations around the world working for sustainable peace with justice and equality. Again, as Professor Veronese was mentioning, as elements of a sustainable peace. And we work on many issues. One being a campaign to stop rape and gender violence in conflict that we launched 2 years ago in May of 2011. And the Nobel women are also, of course, part of the Killer Robot campaign, recognizing that there are many aspects of creating peace. You know, it is disarmament, it's changing violence against women, it's climate change. You know, it's all of the aspects that we need to make a secure planet in terms of human security, not national security, the security of the apparatus of the state, and not the human being.